distributed, really it's a fancy word for remote working. We don't have a fixed office, and we encourage our employees to work wherever they're most comfortable, as long as there's an internet connection. So that can vary from a co-working space, it could be the bedroom, a home office, the beach, the pub, wherever they feel that they're most comfortable sits their lifestyle, and they can be optimised for performance where they are really in the world. So in this session, I'll be talking to you the benefits of a distributed team model, the challenges that we face and still face in running a distributed model, and then the tools and tactics we use to overcome those challenges. So as a proud chartered accountant, there's nothing more satisfying than a reconciled set of accounts, a beautifully balanced financial model, and a nice clean tax return. As a proud numbers person, you would think my personal finances would be perfect. The tax returns lodged on the 7th day of July, a consolidated spreadsheet of my net worth updated daily, a personal budget tracked to the set. I'm actually ashamed to tell you that is completely not the case at all. And in fact, until 2 years ago, I was 4 years behind in my personal compliance. I had an individual ITR, I had 2 investment trusts and a family SMSF that I decided to set up throughout my career because I thought it was cool. So it wasn't until the ATO started knocking on my door and sending director penalty notices for all of the outstanding BASs and income tax returns I hadn't lodged over 5 years. So I naturally froze, and I was actually really embarrassed of myself. I'm supposed to be this fiscally responsible accountant, you know, the financial compass for my clients, if you will. Yeah, I can't even handle my own stuff. I took solace in the analogy that the mechanic's car never gets fixed, but at last I wasn't going to solve my problem, so I need to do something. So I had 4 sets of accounts I needed to reconcile really quickly, so I needed help. I needed to find a bookkeeper. So I googled bookkeeping to help with my accounting. And so at the time, Upwork, which, well, it's previously called Odesk, Upwork now is a freelancing platform where there's hundreds of thousands of freelancers all over the world that trade their time for services to businesses, ranging from small businesses to police stores. So I logged a job on Upwork saying I need help with my accounts. 2 hours later, I had dozens of applications from CPA, CA, master degree qualified accountants from all over the world. Bangladesh, Australia, Canada, Sri Lanka, India, Philippines, you name it. People all over the world that know Australian tax, know accounting, and they know their debits and credits. So I thought, wow, that's pretty incredible. In 2 hours, I've got all these job applications coming to me. So what I did was find out an entity. I selected 4 freelancers and find out each entity just to test. I like to spread my risk. I'm an accountant, right? So tested the model, and within 3 days, I had all of those accounts, 4 years of accounts reconciled in 3 days for 3 entities. That's pretty amazing. I was astounded by that. So I caught up with my now business partner, Rowan. He's also an accountant. And we thought, man, there's got to be a business to be built around this, right? Like, you can't get that anywhere, really. Hence the birth of SmartBooksOnline, our company. So when we designed this company, our vision was to go big. Like, I don't do things in half measures. So we thought, if we're going to set this bookkeeping company up, we need to be servicing a global market. And the only way to do that is in a 100% virtual environment. So when we thought, well, if we're going to be servicing businesses and our clients remotely, there is an enormous amount of trust that we need to instill in our company and for our clients. We're not talking about staying in someone's bedroom via Airbnb or jumping in a rideshare via Uber. We're controlling your entire finance function. If we miss a pay run, your employees don't get paid. If you miss a supply payment run, the goods don't get shipped to your customers. Like, it is the most critical function to any business. And so there's a huge amount of trust that our clients need to have in us to deliver. And so we thought, well, we need to live and breathe our own values in that trust. So we thought, well, how about we can push down that trust to our employees? So what we decided was we'll run a complete virtual business ourselves. So at the time, we did a lot of research into distributed models, and we were surprised to realise that this was not a fad. So you may resonate with a few of the brands in that slide. A lot of them are tech companies. But I'd like to talk about one company in particular, and that's WordPress. They probably power about 25% of the world's websites. Your website is probably run on WordPress. They've got 520 employees, over 57 countries, 67 different languages, and they're valued at over $1 billion. So we thought, wow, shit, if WordPress can do it, why can't we? We're minuscule compared to it. We encourage our employees to work anywhere they're most comfortable. From a beach, pub, co-working space, as long as the work gets done, I don't care where they are in the world. So I'd like to talk about the benefits of having a fully distributed model. We're a 100% cloud-based business, and I'm sure a lot of the firms and practitioners in this room are as well. And by virtue of having a distributed business is that you need to be really diligent in the systems that you have in your business, because it's not as simple as writing a message on a square bit of paper and sticking it to someone's PC. You need to document it somewhere. So we use a series of software tools to document all our processes and procedures all in the cloud. So if there is a process, if there's ever an event where I need to do anything really in the business, there will be a procedure. And if there isn't a procedure, we ingrain in our values and culture is the right one. So anything that's repeated more than once needs to have a documented procedure. Second benefit is talent pool. So there are about 7.4 billion people globally. And so when we're looking for talent to join our team, we're not just looking at Brisbane, which is our head office, where we've got access to a global workforce. By nature of allowing our employees to have lifestyle desire, we're actually able to attract really smart people. For example, a lot of our client managers are stay-at-home mums. They've come from the Big Four, the Big Eight, CPAs, CAs, have been managers, they've been in the firm for 10 years, and they've had children. And so their priorities have moved from a career progression path to family. But they still want to remain technical. They still want to be part of the team, and they still want to work. And so and a lot of the firms aren't providing that flexibility, particularly corporate, and it is changing. But I think we're at that early stage. So a lot of the people we employ are actually that demographic, really smart people. Global market. So we're cracking into the United States to service businesses that are there still from Australia. So by thinking globally, it really extends the horizon of who your market is and who you can really chase. Diversity is a buzzword of 2016 and continues to be 2017. Everyone's throwing around diversity, and in our business, you really do see it. So we employ backgrounds in different cultures. India, I'm half Singaporean, India again. Different cultures, different backgrounds, different attitudes, different ethics, they all blend into this unique combination, which if you can instill into your product, it is really, really powerful. In fact, we've only got one white male in our entire business. That's not business practice. The last one, tax deductible business trips. I don't need to elaborate on that, just in case the ATO is here in this room. So, with all the benefits of running a distributed model, there are a lot of challenges. The three main challenges we face in our business is number one, accountability. How do we know the work's getting done? How do we know if our clients are happy? Number two, are we communicating? Are we talking to each other? I mean, there's no water cooler in our virtual office, so it's not as easy as writing to people and a coffee or a cup of water. And the third one is culture, which is the most important. How do you build a culture in a completely remote environment? So these are the tactics we use to overcome those challenges. So the first challenge is accountability. So what it takes is you need to change the mindset from inputs to outcomes. So these are the KPIs we strictly measure for our client managers, the people delivering the work to our clients. First one, Net Promoter Score. Who here measures NPS in their business? Or is everyone familiar with the term? So we live and die by that metric. If that gets below 8, it means we have problems. percentage of jobs complete within month-end deadlines. So we target month-end close off by the 10th day of the following month. So we use Pro Workflow, which is our workflow management system, to track and measure those cut-off dates. Email response times. Net promoter score. We can talk about it afterwards. So we use Freshdesk as our email ticketing system. So all inbound queries, communication from clients go to operations at SmartBooksOnline, and by setting rules up in the software, that ticket is allocated to a respective client manager. So what it allows us to do is actually track the rate at which our client managers are responding to our clients. Now, because we're a virtual business, we don't actually sit on face-to-face with our clients. Communication is so critical for us. So our targets are 12 hours. So every email that comes inbound from a client needs to respond to within 12 hours. Even if it hasn't been actioned, it's just a, hey, yep, acknowledge, I'll get onto it. Simple as that. And the fourth metric is errors. So we measure both internal errors by our bookkeeping team, which are captured by our account managers who review the work, and also clients. So any errors identified by the client or the tax accountant, they get logged, measured, and put into our system. So as a manager, if I'm satisfied that all those KPIs are satisfied within our business model, I've got full visibility and comfort that we're doing okay from an operations perspective. So the second challenge we have is communication. As I said before, as we don't have physical office space, it's not often that we see each other face to face. So how do we know when we're talking? These are the communication tools we use within our business, and we live and die by them. Has everyone come across Slack? Is everyone familiar with how it works? So basically, Slack is an enterprise communication tool. It's like Facebook chat, but for teams. We live off Slack. Like that is the tool we use to run our entire business. What's also really cool about it is that you can connect other software apps to Slack and connect bots and everything. For an example of that is our sales CRM is hooked up to an announcements page. So every time we close a deal, the whole team's notified that we won a new client. It's kind of like the artificial bell. Confluence. So Confluence is one of Atlassian's suite of software products. We use Atlassian to document all our internal processes and procedures. It's like the library base or the internal wiki for our entire business. Anything from how do I enter a sales call, to how do I write a month-end completion email, to whatever, it's all documented, standardized, and replicable. Gel. I know Steph Einstein is a big fan of Gel, because I know she's a raving fan of it. We follow the Rockefeller habits, Vern Harnish's strategic planning framework to run our entire business. And what that means is that we have daily stand-ups. That's one component. So we're all standing up. We're all in different physical locations. So how do we connect that together? Gel is a software tool which helps to automate or digitize that entire process. So we've got Gel hooked up to Slack. So every morning there's a notification coming from Gel asking us 3 simple questions. What was the one thing you achieved yesterday? Most important thing yesterday. What's the one most important thing you want to achieve today? And the third question is what challenges stand. So all of those responses are funneled in and pushed back up towards management, and we can identify how's everyone's going. If there's any roadblocks, how can we help alleviate those so everyone can continue to do it all. The last tool for communication is Zoom. We've tried every single video app, every like Appearance, all these free ones, and they're all buggy. Skype is crap. Like I'm moving like this, right? Zoom is the one that hasn't crashed. It seems to be the most flexible, so we're sticking with that. So the third biggest challenge we have is culture, and is the most important. How do we build a culture when everyone's working in different environments, and it could be me in my pajamas sitting in front of my home office computer? Sometimes it's a bit hard to feel that you're a part of the team, right? So what we do is, as management, I've got fortnightly check-in scheduled in our diaries every fortnight. So we already have weekly meetings to talk about operations and client stuff. But the fortnightly check-ins are the stuff you don't talk about business. Really, it's just how's your weekend, how are you going with your goals, What are your long-term plans? Or just the general fluffy stuff, which is super important because if you don't make time for those sort of coaching catch-ups, it just doesn't happen, particularly in the remote environment. As much as remote working has its benefits, you just can't replace that face-to-face communication with everyone. So every quarter, we've got meetups with all our staff. What that means, it could be as simple as a team lunch, it could be an activity, what does that might look like, whatever works for your team. As long as we're face to face, we're talking, we're having fun, that's all that is. So I can talk about tools, tactics, strategies, everything on how we can run a really great distributed business. So it all comes crashing down if you don't get one thing right. And that's trust. Trust the people you hire. Hire people you trust and trust the people you hire. If you don't trust them in the first phases, why are you hiring in the first place? Because if their clients are going to trust us to deliver on what we need to do for them, how can we need to instill that trust into our employees. The byproduct of that is team empowerment. Everyone identifies with their KPIs, everyone identifies with what they need to do, and it's getting done. 18 months later, from founding our business and going through all the challenges of growing, we're a team of 15 in India and 6 Australian staff, 100% distributed. And from